Hey everyone, Jeff back here at Patrick's Project Bench. I got those resistors changed out. Got all the parts in from my buddies up at DigiKey, up in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. That's my home state. I guess not anymore, but it was for 50 years. Always a big shout out to them. They supply most of my parts. So we're ready to fire this up and see what I didn't mention, I guess, at the end of the last video when we did the capacitors. What you should do is, especially if there's a lot of capacitors, you might even break it up into stages, but there wasn't that many on this unit. But before you go ahead and do anything else, I changed out the capacitors and then I turned it on just to make sure we were still good and nothing smoked up, and everything seemed to be working fine. So now we have the resistors changed out and we're going to fire that up for the first time now, and hopefully that goes just as well. I got it on the dim bulb tester and my variac, but I think I have it at, I got it at 120. Maybe I'll turn that variac down a little bit here. Get her down to 100 volts. And let's see, I don't know, can we see the dim bulb in there? No, let me see if I can get moved around here so you can catch. It's just that first bulb up there. I'll try and zoom out here a little bit so we can catch everything. There's everything now. And we'll see how that dim bulb looks, and then we'll spin around to the panel. Okay, what are we on for? 3 watts, 0.4. Okay, here we go. She's on. Okay, the dim bulb looks okay there. Let's bring her up to 120. I think it's actually supposed to be 117. Oh, there, I got it at, what's it coming out at? 118 we're at. And yeah, the jewel's not lit up yet either, but we're still on, well, it looks like the mercury's evaporating in there. I'm getting a couple mirror finishes up here on the top of the tube. So I think it was in the first one. I didn't know because there's all these speckles in there. Well, that's the mercury pieces, flakes, but when the tube warms up for a while, then it all migrates back up to the top and forms these shiny plates on the glass, on the inside of the glass. Okay, well, let's take it off the, bypass the dim bulb, see what happens. Okay, now the jewel's lit up on the front. Now it's got full voltage. I don't know if you can see the, yep, right here is the one of those neon bulbs that's telling that this section is the one in use. And when you flip one switch on the front, another bulb on the bottom turns on so that you know the bottom tube are selected up there. So let's get this, I guess what we'll do is, can't really see the tubes glowing. I got to put this light on a different switch so I can turn those off. Yep, okay, that one, this one you can see glowing. Can't really see that one. I can't turn those lights off without turning the power off. And okay, I'll show you the top of that tube. I don't know if you can see, there's a big mirror finish here and a little one over here. It's still possible that this tube is, not 100%. We won't know that until we do the calibration. I wrote down earlier, here's the 5 resistors. And there was one of those resistors was a 5.6 mega ohm, and I didn't have one. It's right here. Let's see if I can zoom in here a little bit. It's these ones right here. So I put a 4.7 and a 1 meg. So, and then put them in series. And so that should have gave me 5.7 meg, but they actually were reading a little low, so it's actually right at 5.6. But on my next order, I'll order one up for that, so it's just a single unit. That'll be totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna just let this run for a little bit. You can kind of see the tube here glowing now. And then in back there, that's a light bulb. Let's see, I'm out of the picture here. There. Oh, you can see that. Yeah, this is one of those number 55 light bulbs. That's what lights up the front panel jewel red. Let you know the unit's on. The other strange thing I noticed, I don't know, it's so weird on this resistor here that was bad. I replaced that, but then I'm looking at the schematic and that's not there. And then there's supposed to be a resistor between here, because this basically goes from the positive through this capacitor down to a lug and then right back up to the negative part of the meter. And there's supposed to be a resistor in there, and I can't. And then the third wire, the white wire, comes over to one of the switches. I tried to verify to see if maybe they had put the resistor over here somewhere, but being all 3 legs are tied right here, it really should be in line here. And I believe I remember Mr. Carlson did a complete overhaul on one of these and shows the calibration. And I'm pretty sure I seen the resistor in his, but it's such a tangled mess of wires. I replaced everything the way it was. It all looks like it's totally factory. I mean, this has not been touched. This wasn't touched until I had to put a different wire on just for this capacitor, because they're so small, the legs weren't long enough. And I don't know, maybe that one's fine. I should have had one. Most of my capacitors are radial instead of axial. And if I would have had an axial one, which is like these, where it comes out of each end, it would have reached. But being I had a radial, I had to add on a piece of wire. That's the only reason I had to unsolder that and resolder that in. But everything else is, I replaced it where it was and what it was supposed to be, what it had in it, not necessarily what's on the print. But I've noticed there are at least 2 different manuals, if not 3. One of them doesn't even have this tube anymore. They switched it out to 2 diodes to get rid of the heat from that tube. And it doesn't appear to be too hot. That's another cool thing here. Let's see, let's fire this up. Okay, here is the So there you can see the tube, both the tubes, big one on the top, little one down there. You can kind of see both sides of the transformer. And then, where was there? There was one. Yeah, it's down over here, but that's out of the camera. Oh, there you can kind of see it on the edge there. There's a resistor down there, but that's still only at, what is it saying? 52C, and those are rated for at least 85, if not 105C. But so yeah, I went through, checked when I was just checking on the capacitors. There's a better, things are there. The transformer's warming up more now. Just to make sure that there wasn't anything getting overly hot. I like this gun. I did a review on this. It's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to just let that warm up for a while here, maybe 15 minutes, and then we can start to do the calibration. I'll be right back. Okay, that should be warmed up enough. We're going to try and do the calibration here now. Here's my my little homemade tester. I made a video of how I made this. You guys can check that out, and my other under my other videos. I'll try and link it in the description if you didn't catch that. But it just makes it easier instead of having to be under the board with alligator clips and moving them around, flipping the board back and forth. It just plugs into, all the tests are done in location 1 here on the board. And here is this is how you calibrate it. Tells you how to do it. So first thing is the sensitivity adjustment. Is that really it? That's the first, yeah, short sensitivity. So this is the one we need, a 1 meg ohm. Okay, between pins 2 and 4. And that's the blue and red on my little test fixture here, my little test jig. And we're going to plug that right in here. Yep, we're in. Now this, you've seen the tubes in it, so you know it's tube run. The voltages are very high, especially in tube equipment. So you have to be extra careful around here that you're not touching anything. This is made out of plastic and all insulated. And it's supposed to be done, all these readings are supposed to be done with a vacuum tube meter, which at the moment I don't have one up and running. But we can use a DMM too, according to Mr. Carlson. So we'll, that's what we're going to do for now. With the short button, R16 is accessible with a screwdriver from the top of the panel at location number 30. Yep, I see it down there. Let's see what I have. Okay, we're in. And so I'm on the the variable resistor 16 is down through socket 30, and I have it locked in. It's a slotted fixture down there, and we have to press and hold. Short button. Okay, here's the shorts button. And here is our shorts lamp. And we want to turn that. Okay, it's on. We want to turn that until it just goes out. There, it's out. Okay, I have it so it's out. Now you have to turn it till it just lights up. There it is. Okay, I don't know if you can see that in the camera. And then it says remove the resistor, and the short light should go out. So I'm just going to pull out the socket here. Yep, and it went out. I don't know if you guys seen that. Let me put it back in. I'm still holding the button down. And there it's back on again. Okay, so that's adjusted right. So that's step one. Oh, and before I had this zeroed out. You should, everything should be when it's laying flat here, but you should use this screw here to have that needle right on the 0. Okay, now is the grid emission sensitivity adjustment. Okay, so that's the top portion of this white area up here. There's a green. I think it has to stay in there. If it goes anywhere in this shorts reject or grid emission up here, it's bad, is the way it sounds. To adjust the grid emission sensitivity, connect a 20 mega ohm resistor. Okay, I got somewhere here. There's a 20 mega ohm resistor here now, and that has to go from pin 1 to pin 7. Pin 2 and pin 7 are the same. They're all just ground. So I'm going to put mine between pin 1 and 2 because that's the same as between 1 and 7. That saved putting a 5th wire up here and making things more confusing. So pin 1 and pin 2, that should be black. Yeah, black and blue. We're going to go. Okay, that's a 20 meg between pins 1 and 2, or 1 and 7. Socket number 1. R18, adjust that with the grid emission button depressed. Here's the grid emission button. And we're going to adjust R18 for a meter reading of 20. We want to be right here on the scale, 20. And R18 is accessible with the screwdriver from the top panel through 33. So we're going to number 33 now, is over here. There, that one's in. Okay. Remove resistor. Oh, then remove the resistor. Reading should then fall to 0 with nothing plugged into the panel. So we're looking for grid emission and adjust this till it's at number 20. Oh, that's a little stiff even. Everything has been lubed up. But I don't know if you guys can see that from, I guess you can kind of, but let's, we're really close. Oh. I should have left it alone. going to call that good. So I guess we pull this out and it should fall to 0. While holding the, yep, cool. So far so good. And no smoke coming out either. Well, signal voltage adjustment. Okay, this is where you normally need the vacuum tube voltmeter, the VTVMs. But okay, well, let's get this out of here. We're done with the 20 meg, I think. Let's see, to calibrate the proper signal. To calibrate the instrument for proper signal voltage, connect an AC VTM to pin 1 of socket 1 and connect the ground lead of the meter to pin 2. Yeah, because pin 2 is ground. AC to pin 1. It should be black. And the ground to pin 2 should be blue. And the blue one. Okay. And let's get this plugged back in. And we are at 3.2 volts. And where are we adjusting this one? Adjust R20 while test button 1 is down and R20 is accessible through socket number 25. So 25, there's 25. Okay, we're in. And while depressing test button 1, that's this guy. And we're looking for 1.5 volts. Okay, let's see if I can make this a little there. Now I can see the voltmeter a little better. Get out of the way of the wires there. That's still everything. And watch the there 3.1. Now we're gonna adjust that. There's we gotta press this button, and we want 1.5 volts. Okay, that's going up. Boy. That one is very stiff. We're going to have to go in with a metal one just to get it close here, I think. And uh-oh. Okay, that's all the way up, 4.1. And 2.5 is all the way down. That's no good. It's supposed to be at 1.5. It says connect an AC. Well, I'm going to assume I got to check something. There must be a resistor, something out of whack underneath there that potentiometer isn't giving us all the movement we need. Okay, let's get on with the next one, and we'll just see. We'll have to come back and okay, to adjust the DC bias adjustment. To adjust proper DC bias, connect between pin and pin 2. Voltometer between pin 1 and pin 2. In number 1, R11 while depressing, while test button 1 is depressed. Okay, same button. Should be 2.5 volts. That's located underneath. I see it, it's down here. It's literally right below my finger, and the screwdriver goes in this way. Okay, that's in, and we have the pressed test button 1, and we're looking for, I think that means, and we want DC. We want negative 2.5. Oh boy, that's almost right on. Pulling the metal screwdriver out just to see if it affects anything, but we're right at, yeah, negative 2.4. Okay, so that other adjustment didn't have anything to do with that. That's good. And then we got one left here. And we'll have to go back. I don't know what I'm going to have to do for that. I'll probably have to add a resistor of some kind, amount, in series with the wiper to get us center up the pot and then get us close with the proper resistor size. And I'll just see, maybe one of the resistors I missed was maybe I missed one that's out of whack. Okay, 6,000. This one needs a 6,000 ohm 10 watt resistor. Pulling out the big guns now. Okay. There we go. And that is pin 5 and 2. 2 is blue. And 5 should be green. Okay, correct. I got my notes here. So 2, pin 5. Yep, pin 5 is green, pin 2 is blue. Okay. Back into socket number 1. Okay. And R5, while test button 1 is depressed. And I think R5 is on the other side. Yep, down here, underneath. And what are we reading here now? Set sensitivity. Oh, we gotta set the sensitivity control. Oh, I wonder I had that. Maybe I need to have that zeroed out for that other one. We'll go back and check that. That was at 100. That's where it needs to be for this one. Might have to, we'll just run through and check everything. I'll do that later. This is just kind of showing you the process and where things are at. So that's the sensitivity control is set to 100. Adjust that while test button is depressed for 0 reading on the tube tester meter. So we're looking for 0 on the main meter. Let's see if I can get you guys zoomed in again. I don't need to be that close. There. Okay, we're looking for 0 reading after we, okay, here we're pressing test button 1. Okay, we're at like 40. Okay, here we go. Okay. That's good. Okay, I'm going to turn this back to 0. We're going to pull this out. Wow. That resistor, it's a 10 watt and that got warm. Not hot, but just it definitely was warm. Let's go back to that one though that was giving us trouble. That was the 1.5 volt. That's the AC. And what did we need there? We needed to calibrate the AC pin 1, socket 1. Oh, that was just the leads are connected. Okay, so AC to pin 1 is black. And ground to pin 2, I'm pretty sure. I'll check here in a second. That's because blue is the ground. Connect the ground lead to pin 2, yep. And then adjust. Okay, let's plug this back in. Red to black, black to blue. And now we are going to through the socket 25. Okay, and that was so we're supposed to be getting 1.5 volts. We got 2.5. So we need to get to, hopefully that's gonna, maybe we get lucky. That's going up. Nope, that's still all the way, one way. Oh, wait a minute, I'm on AC there though. This says DC, right? Nope, that's AC. Yep, that's right. It goes all the way up to 4 and then all the way to 2.5. So I'll have to check, see if there's a resistor that's out of tolerance there that I missed. I'll check that area out. Anyway, that's how the calibration goes. I guess for fun, we pull this out. Let's pull a tube out, try a tube, just for fun. We'll start out with an old one, just in case. And then I have some brand new ones. Okay, we'll get, let's see what I have in the, this is a 6CM7. Let's see what we have. 6C. I'm just looking around. I have never used this before. Looking for a 6C. It may not be on here either. 6CM7. Okay. So we're going to put the six volts, and it says 80 to 94. That's kind of a broad range, huh? So let's see, let's split the difference. 94, that'd be about 80, 86 we'll go with. And then, where'd you go? It's all by its lonesome here. Okay, we're in. I see something glowing in there, I thought. Yep, there's definitely something glowing in there. Okay, we can hit the shorts button, see if we're looking for that not to come on. I'll warm up just a minute here. I can see it in the bottom glowing, but nothing on the... Oh, there's something reflecting down. It's got the whole getter material on the top. You can't see in from the top. Okay, shorts. Okay, that's good. Nothing came on. Grid emission needs to stay in this little green area. Okay. Didn't even budge. I got everything. And I think then it's test one. Oh, that's going the other way. That's not good. Well, I got more stuff to figure out on this. It's supposed to go up, not down. Let's see what we have for something else here. 6W4. So that stays at the 6, and we are 6W6. 6W4, 11. Try one more just for fun. But it, okay. Okay, no shorts. I'll let it warm up a little bit. Yep, top and bottom are glowing. So it's putting out the heater voltage. There, it's now nice and bright. Hit the short button. Okay, that's still good. Grid emission. Still 0, which should be great. Maybe I'll hold it once and see. Okay, and then here's the test one. Oh, okay, that went up to the good. We're at about 89. It's not percent, it's just a scale, but that's almost halfway into the good. So maybe that other tube is just bad. I don't remember how to do the life test. I don't know if it's... I think you have to be holding, yeah, test 1, and then push this and it should go. And it went up again. Okay, that's good, and it's not going down. Okay, so that should be a good strong tube that will last a while. That's it for now, you got the whole process down. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. And appreciate you, as always, taking the time out of your day to stop by and watch what I'm working on. I'll probably have another short follow-up video if I figure out when I figure out what's going on with that 1 voltage. And I'll get these pins tightened up and we'll get it back into its case. But it appears to be working. We got one good tube working. So that's it for here. Thanks a lot. Catch you on the next one.